How's it going, guys? I'm Dustin with Hard Cruise Racing. I want to do a real quick video on why you should not wrap your motorcycle exhaust in this heat wrap, in this fiberglass, aluminum infused crap. Now you can see I'm taking this one off. This bike, when I bought it, was wrapped. That bike, when I bought it, was wrapped, and it's still wrapped, and I hate it. And here's why. Okay, so this fiberglass heat wrap crap. They use it a lot on cars. It was designed for cars. It's designed for under the engine bay. In an engine bay, everything is sealed off. It's in there. Yes, there's airflow through an engine bay. I got that part. But here's the thing. On an engine bay, your exhaust headers come out and they go right down along the block. And they stay kind of in there for a while before they go out the end. Okay? This means that as your exhaust is running, as your engine is running, and your exhaust gets very hot. Okay? Because there's explosions right in here. Right at the edge, so that gets really hot. Even if you start a motorcycle within 30 seconds. This part of the exhaust right here at this bend, as it cuts back down, gets extremely hot. Now, in the engine bay of a car, you don't want that heat to stay near the engine. Again, you don't have that much airflow. But don't do it on a motorcycle, okay? There's two reasons. 3 reasons. 2, 3, I don't know. We're going to go over a few reasons. The first one, and the very simple one, is this is used as a heat disbursement. As you're riding down the road and air is passing right across your engine and right across your pipes, some of that heat's going to disperse. If you wrap your pipes, that heat is going to stay within the pipe. It's going to heat soak that metal more, and the heat's going to stay within the pipe until it gets back down into here. This means that this section of your exhaust will now get hotter. Okay? Think about this for a minute. If the heat cannot disperse here, that means it's going to have higher heat saturation all the way back to here. You see what's there? You see the oil, your shifter's on the other side, your clutches are there. Everything is right there. Okay? So you need the heat disbursement that's going to occur as air is flowing over the front of this bike or over the bike as a whole. So that's number one. Don't wrap it because of heat. Number 2, and something I would almost say is more important, is because if you ride at all when there's moisture out, if you hit a puddle, if you ride and it rains, if you leave your bike outside and it gets wet, these are going to hold so much water. I've wrapped an exhaust in the past on a bike. I regret doing it, but it was a shitty chopper I had built, and the exhaust was a bunch of chopped up. It looked terrible. So I wrapped it. Okay, I wrapped it to hide the ugliness. You're supposed to soak this stuff before you wrap it to reduce the amount of fiberglass that gets into the air. And you can see the floor underneath this right now is sparkly just from the little bit that I've taken off. That's why you feel itchy if you install it. They encourage you to wear gloves. When you soak it to install it, it stays wet for like 4 days. It holds that water in there. Even if you park it out in the sun on a hot day, it's going to hold that moisture. It's wrapped in there tight. It holds moisture. So, like that bike, for instance, we got home from an event. I parked it out front of my house, and it rained. I said, I don't really care. It's a motorcycle. It can withstand the rain. And then I jumped on the bike like 2 days later. When I started it up, there was steam absolutely everywhere. And then we have to play the game of heat plus water that's cold. And what does that do to metal? It makes it more brittle when we do rapid cooling. So if you ride this bike and it's super hot out and say you hit a puddle, it's already not great that the water's going to splash up onto your exhaust, but whatever, it'll be fine. But now if that water holds to that exhaust, what kind of game are we playing now? Okay? And the third big reason is you're down here underneath where your oil sometimes leaks. These old bikes leak, okay? That one over there is like a 71. This is like an 83. They sometimes just have a small leak somewhere. This will hold that oil, and it will smoke for so long. That bike over there, that one, has a very small leak in the front of it. And I'm talking like real small, like a drop every once in a while. But because it drips onto the wrap, when I start that bike, it is going to maintain a pretty constant smoke. I could ride that bike for 15, 20 minutes down the road, stop, and there will be smoke still coming from the exhaust. Any contaminant that gets onto this wrap is going to stay onto this wrap. I don't know about you, but I would like the option to be able to take my bike and rinse it down. If something like I run through a nasty puddle or something, I might just want to rinse it down. And when you can't really rinse this out without absolutely saturating it, that causes an issue. So those are my big 3 reasons right now why I think you really shouldn't wrap your exhaust. I mean, there's also the fact that every time you touch it, you rub up against it. If you got to work on something, you're going to be itchy. The first couple times that you ride it, after you've wrapped it, it is going to blow fiberglass all over you. Again, you're right there. It's going to blow that fiberglass up right at you. First couple times you ride with it wrapped exhaust, you're going to be itchy. It's freaking annoying. But again, the big reason here is that this is a product that is designed for an engine bay. It is designed to be under a hood. It is designed to help reduce the amount of heat that's under that hood, okay? Because then that heat travels on those tubes, and then it gets dispersed for the rest of the exhaust. There's a lot more metal that it can absorb into that's nowhere near your oil and your clutches and stuff like that on a car. But then we're here on a motorcycle where it just... the benefits do not outweigh the downfalls. So again, don't do it. Right now I'm over here trying to unwrap this and not get super itchy in the middle of the night. So I'm over here with like, a set of scissors. Now I'm doing this left-handed because I have the camera in my hand. But I'm just trying to unwrap it just a little bit, cut that off, do the next piece. And even then, no matter how much I try, I'm still getting shiny fiberglass all over my floor, in my air. I got a light behind me so I see every time it kicks up in the air. I feel itchy, even though I'm really trying not to. Just don't do it. There's really no benefit to it. It's all negatives. I mean, again, we can play the game of, oh, but the heat in the front's bad. But again, you have airflow over it consistently as you ride. Non-stop. These are air-cooled bikes. They need the air. Even on your water-cooled bikes, which that chopper I built was, they need the airflow. That's what cools the bikes down. That's why we have the fins. Let the air flow. Don't do this. Ceramic coat, I think, is a great option. That's a very thick, hardened coat. I've tried to paint them before. The heat usually causes that paint to peel, but go get a high temp paint, like something for a grill. That's a good option. This is not a good option. This is a terrible option for motorcycles. Don't do it. That's my takeaway. And if I'm ranting at this point, again, it's because I'm just out here trying to get this off, and literally I feel the fiberglass on my arms, on my legs, and every time I buy a bike, every time I buy something that's custom, they've wrapped the dang exhaust. So I'm going to pick up another bike here in a couple of days for a buddy, and I swear to God, if that exhaust is wrapped, I'm unwrapping it before he even has the opportunity to say otherwise. It's his first bike. He doesn't even know what the difference is, but I'm going to discourage it. I'm going to unwrap that bike. Again, I'm Dustin with Hard Cruise Racing. We're an educational channel. We try to help you build your things. Pretty cool. I got contamination on my thing. Whatever. Get out there, build cool things. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. There's other videos. There's other cool things to watch. Go watch them. Those subscriptions and views and likes, man, those really help me. I mean, I know I only make like a couple hundred bucks a year off of YouTube, but the subs and the likes and the views, they help. So I'd appreciate that. If not, it's no worry. But you subscribe to 500 other channels. You don't watch half of those. Go subscribe to mine. You don't have to watch anything. No, I'm kidding. Watch them. I'm trying to make cool things. Watch them. Get out there, build cool things, and have a good day.